Ahoy, everyone! Welcome back to the Cardsmiths. And if you've been following along on our 7C City of 5 sales coverage of Pinebox's news articles, you've probably had a pretty long wait, I imagine. So, we are back covering an article from September 10th, but there hasn't been a new one since now, or since then. So, find time to be getting around to this one, and hopefully, we'll see a new one sometime soon. So, today we are looking at the art and story of 7C, the City of 5 sales. So this is particularly exciting, especially for me coming from playing the L5R LCG, which is a player-influenced, story-driven, expandable card game from Fantasy Flight Games. So with the end of that game, about a year ago, this is particularly exciting that there's a new story-driven card game coming out, and among other reasons, the game itself is amazing. But the story element of it is exciting because I got into L5R or the LCG pretty late in its life. So unfortunately, it was during the pandemic as well, and I didn't have the opportunity to participate in any tournaments or anything like that. So I think it would be super fun and exciting to be able to shape the story of Five Sales and of the 7C world here. So let's dive in and see what Pinebox is talking about today. Start off the article. Actually, we'll show off the art as well. My name is Case Lopez, designer and creative director for Pinebox Entertainment's new original card game, 7C, The City of 5 Sales. My job focuses on themes that bring the writing, design, and art into one cohesive vision. Past articles for this project have shown the game's card types, as well as introducing the communal city deck. Today I'm going to pull back the curtain a little and show off some of the amazing art that we have commissioned this project. I will also discuss the story that we have set to go forward and hopefully provide a taste of what's to come. So, yeah, I mean, the art here, just amazing art pieces. I really love the style of art for this game, and everything I've seen so far has been incredible. The art and the layout of the cards, the graphic design of the cards themselves, and just the art is just also incredible. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. So that's something that the game itself, mechanically and functionally, is amazing, but the art just really enhances it and really takes it to the next level for me. So there's some art by Sally Grew, and this one by Charles Urbach up here. Yeah, this is a really cool one. I like that a lot. So, why 5 sales? Well, good question. Like many of you, I played the original CCG produced by AEG that coincided with the first edition of the 7C role-playing game. But while that game was enjoyable, I felt it only represented a fraction of what the world of 7C was. By focusing the story and interaction to a single location, we can keep the interaction between the factions going without the downtime of roaming the vast open seas. And this is interesting. I'm glad he's getting into this because a complaint that I've seen about the game in terms of people talking about it, on Discord channels or whatnot, generally Discord channels, in terms of some discussion I've seen, is that some people are upset that the game isn't a naval sea-based combat game like the CCG, but as a counterpoint to those complaints, in terms of the RPG of 7C, that is, more character-oriented. There's a lot of it is land-based. The regions of Thea, you have like all the different nations and what's going on within them. That's all land-based. So I don't think that complaint's entirely fair. Or personally, I don't think it's fair at all. I understand coming from, maybe a really avid fan of the CCG, you want to see another naval-based combat game, and I get that, but that's just not what this is. So, the City of 5 Sales, named in the 7C RPG books as Thea's most interesting city, is the perfect location for our story moving forward. It serves as a major trade hub, a place where heroes and villains congregate, and has laws that differ wildly depending upon interpretation. It's said that within 5 sales, a dishonest man can earn an honest coin, and the opposite is also true. Setting our story within the City of 5 sales allows us to keep the pirates, privateers, and explorers of the original CCG. While at the same time, we can bring in politicians, merchants, musketeers, and more to truly represent the 7C world of adventure and intrigue, all within a constantly changing, high-pressure environment. The fact that 5 Sales is a port city also gives us the advantage of having the vast world of 7C come to us. You never know who will show up or what they will bring with them. And that really fits into what's going on with the city deck in this game, is that, you have your different mercenaries that are up for recruiting, and that city deck's going to change and evolve over time. You have different items and artifacts moving throughout the city, and that will also change and evolve over time. So that's cool that depending upon what's going on in the story, that can be represented in the city deck. And if you are interested in the city deck, check out my previous video on that, because it's a very unique feature of this game, and I recommend finding out more about it if you're interested in that. So here's some art by Ku Yang. I really like this one. Let's zoom in on that. I love the paint style here, just the whole style of this art. That is incredible. Don't mind me, just soaking in that amazing art for a second. Okay, back to the writing. The city itself is surrounded. Yeah, let's find out more about Five Sails here. The city itself is surrounded by the borders of 5 different nations, and while they do have some influence over the city, they don't control her. Instead, the city is a melting pot of different districts and customs from all over Thea. This gives us a lot of freedom to feature different cultures, which is awesome. I love good representation in the game, wide diversity and different cultures. Those are all really important things, and I'm really happy to see Pinebox is doing that here. In fact, diversity has been one of our priorities from inception moving forward. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. That's always an excellent thing to hear. Having the location of our game set in a free and bustling port city gives us a lot of leeway to bring in different aspects of Thea. Expect characters from every corner of this world, including the new lands of Katai. Katai is something that really interests me, because I have looked into, I know the Kickstarter hasn't ended up being fulfilled by John Wick, there's a lot of controversy over that, but 7th Sea Katai is something that really interests me. Seems really cool, and the fact that there's going to be characters in this game from Katai, not only is that awesome representation and just exciting to see for all the reasons I just talked about, but yeah, I think it's just really amazing that we're going to be able to see different characters and personalities and cultures and people coming from all over this world. So, our story begins with 5 factions that operate from different districts. Each faction has their own goals, methods, and style with how to cultivate and expand their influence. Odette, a Montaigne courtier, new to the city, has a group of loyal musketeers that make up with steel what she lacks in connections. Caspar from Isen is a surviving general from the War of the Cross, and if you're familiar with 7th Sea lore, you'll probably know a lot about the War of the Cross. Looking to expand the ranks of his new army to fight creatures plaguing the lands. Celine grew up on the streets and canals of the Castile district of Five Sails, and with her crew of tricksters and thieves seek out any advantage afforded to them. Don Constanzo is a well-known diplomat and politician from the Vodace district who has an army of henchmen at his call. Finally, there is Yevgeny, a giant man from Usura with no known past who seems to answer to the whims of the world itself. Speak of the devil, there he is in a fight, a 1v4 fight, and it looks like he is doing just fine. So, and that art's by Sergio Villa Isaza. So, really capturing the essence of Yevgeny the Boar there, I would say. Well done, Sergio. Now I'll discuss something I'm extremely excited about, the art. Me too, so awesome. Well, we are using many fantastic existing art pieces from the 7th Sea 2nd edition books. We have brought in a number of amazing artists to help to start tell our story and to help to bring the City of Five Sails to life. Artists such as Charles Urbach, Jason Benkney, Ku Yang, Sally Grew, Greg Bobrowski, Terry Pavlet, and many more help introduce the characters and vibrantly bring the game to life. Sorry, don't mind me, I'm just not able to speak right now, apparently. So, let's take a break for a sec. So some of these pieces I chose to showcase here, but this is just a random assortment from the fantastic art that is being created. And I like this one in particular here. This one by Fabien Parente. I mean, honestly, all of it. I don't know. I'm just kind of drawn to this one. I like the background next to the balcony. It's looking rather lavish and regal. Flowing locks. Yeah, well done, Fabien. Really good art. Like how he did the sky as well. Yeah, that's awesome. One thing that I desired from the very beginning was a large, expanding, and interactive story. So here we go, getting into a little bit about the story. At launch, we have 5 factions who are vying to expand their influence throughout the city, each one with their own desires, reasons, and goals that they strive to achieve. The story will be heavily influenced by the actions of players. Organized play events, major tournaments, side competitions, online votes will have says in whether your favorite faction will make forward progression on their goals or lose footing within the city. The ebb and flow of control within the city is truly up to you. So, yeah, that's delving a little bit more into that player influence story. I think that's particularly exciting that it's the players themselves who are shaping this, what's going on in the city and within the world in a bit of a larger context. There's some art by Jason Benkney. And yeah, that reaches the end of the article. Be on the lookout for more news and information for 7th Sea, the City of 5 sales, including insight into our combat system and upcoming announcements of our launch. From all of us at Pine-Box Entertainment, welcome to the City of 5 sales. So that wraps up the article for today. If you've been enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. It helps me keep making content here, and it's always exciting to see that number ticking up. Make sure to also like the video as well. That really helps out the YouTube algorithm. If you found any value here, consider doing that. And feel free to leave comments below. Again, I always love receiving comments from you guys, so yeah, just feel free to toss a comment down below, leave your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, and we'll get back to you there. All right, until then, take care, and we'll see you in the City of 5 sales.